Hello everyone, welcome back to Rizzo, ranked for Game 2 of this still rare Friday night doubleheader. This one also between two playoff teams this year's bracket, the Beer Wolves and the More Dudes. As again, as we confirmed on Monday nights, or correction, Wednesday night's doubleheader, your four playoff teams will be the Storm, Thunder, More Dudes, and Beer Wolves. Battle for seeding here at Rizzo Rink on Friday night, and just like the first game, we'll have 3 10-minute periods rather than the 3 15-minute periods that we're used to. So if you're someone that usually can't stay up for the second or third periods of the second game, these two games will now be combined 30 minutes shorter than usual. So congratulations, you can stay up for both games now. Man in the far circle, off the opening draw, face-off win for the Beer Wolves, and the first shot is saved by the Mordu goaltender Billy Hauser. Hauser makes the save. Murph Butler on the pass the other way. Butler dished for Mutz, and Mutz was denied. And now Las Brigada brings it the other way for the Beer Wolves. Toby Fedor in net today for the Beer Wolves. Number 00. We'll see what leaves William Murdoch of his duties, as he's been in for the last 2 or 3 games. A one-hop shot from the Beer Wolves sent high of Fedor. And Butler the first touch to bring it back the other way. Butler, Mutz, pump fake to Hoffman. Shot on target from Mutz, but saved by Fedor. Now wayward pass to the Mordus, deflected off an official. And now the Mordus chase it down behind Hauser and net. Up the floor they come. Hoffman has it across the midline. Hoffman thought about it, thought better of it, and went further in, returned away. Terrence Farrell was intended target for the Morgans, but connection not quite made. Back between the circles, and a shot deflected and sent wide. Miller takes it away off netting. Miller up the floor. Hoffman cutting in with Scott, and Scott's pushed wide. 2 Beer Wolves applied. That's Las Brigada and Jason Jones. Las Brigada did the worst of it. And then Scott tries it again behind the net. Scott to Miller, who scores. Jonathan Miller on the assist from Evan Scott, and it's 1-0 Mordues. Face-off as Murph Butler taking it away for the Mordu offense. Butler streaking in, and a one-hop shot sent wide of Fedor. The Beer Wolves will play it. Here's Man through the blue line. Man into that far corner. Man over the top of Fedor, but it's by him as Fedor got enough of his shoulder pad on to send it wide. Here's Jonathan Miller again across the midline. Miller between the circles, a shot saved by Fedor. Deflection comes out toward Mackey, didn't get there in time. Terrence Farrell takes it instead, but Farrell coughs it up. Mackey's fighting for it. 2 more dudes on Mackey. Mackey throws Farrell into the boards. And correction, that's Rockowitz, who got tossed into the glass. Miller and Hoffman will exchange looks. Hoffman deflected, and that ball is launched all the way back down toward Hauser. Awkward hop. Hauser will roll one all the way down. It's a shot on target, but Fedor makes the easy save on a ground ball. Tommy Mikulski dishes from Man to Winters. Santo Domingo stubs on behind the play. He's at the top of the blue line between the circles. Now has to run down the other way as Miller going it for Scott. Miller takes the shot himself. It's saved by Fedor. Santos in front and save again made by Fedor. That one found the iron, took a weird hop, but Fedor got a piece of it. Save credited to him. One hop shot by Scott sent wide and pulled in by Rockowitz. Rockowitz couldn't find the ground ball, and the Beer Wolves the other way with it. Winters looking to help out Man. Man does it himself instead. The shot saved by Hauser. Winters in the near circle. 2-on-3 disadvantage. Now an extra man comes on, and a one-hop shot wide and played off the glass by Mutz. Mutz to Scott. Scott to Butler. Butler to the top of the far circle with deflected wide and off the glass twice. Hoffman has it. Hoffman, Butler deflected by Fedor and played again off the glass. And on a hop. Behind the back centering feed, but nobody home for Mordu. And Hoffman, the last one to touch it. Shot clock violation goes against the Mordus. Man finds Winters on the near circle. Winters creating space, shooting, and making a save. Hauser. Butler up the other end. And he connected with his target, that being Hakan Atilasoy. Atilasoy in front, the shot was saved by Fedor. 4 to play in this first period. Still a 1-0 lead for the Mordus. And Jonathan Miller still the lone goal scorer today. Here's Man into that far corner. Man checked up against the boards. Shot clock to 6 and to 5. Man thrown up against the boards hard. Miller takes him down. A little bit of extracurricular activity there behind the play. Shot clock violation against the Mordus. The ball is launched down. Wind up out of the play. Looks like we're going to get a violation against the Bearwolves here. 2-minute minor penalty for holding. That's against number 18, Connor Mann. Some of that reason, in addition to a hold stemming from the somewhat violent checkup against the glass. Atilasoy between the circles. Atilasoy to Mutz. Shot saved by Fedor. Taken, swatted at by a Beerwolf. And now clearing the zone is number 2. That's Anthony Stranix. Stranix will put the pressure on Hauser, but Hoffman takes it away. Hoffman to that main circle with 3 minutes to play. Hoffman to Hakan Atilasoy. Atilasoy hits Mutz. Mutz back to Atilasoy. Winds and fires. It's wide of Fedor. Hoffman was looking for a play there, but instead Atilasoy the closest to it. Shot clock to 7 and his 6. Atilasoy directing traffic. Goes out wide to Butler, who shoots him again. It's wide of Fedor. Takes a weird hop off the top of the glass, and it'll go all the way back down to the nearest corner, nearby Hauser. Winters in front of the Mordu bench. Winters to Mackey. Mackey into the corner. Behind the net, Mackey takes a shot from Miller, and Miller tried to trip up Mackey. He'll take it away though. Miller in space, finds Butler. Butler a pump, now a shot, and it's saved by Fedor, and Butler with some contact with Jason Jones. And now maybe he's starting to get a little bit chippy here. Only 15 seconds remaining on the man down for the Beerwolves. And as they shoot and score, Murph Butler the other way as Fedor coughs one up on the pass. And in the final seconds of the man down, the Beerwolves make a run mistake, and the Mordens cash in. It's 2-0. Butler and Lasfragata go at it in the main circle. Lasfragata takes it away. Mikulski slipped down, and he will come off a little gingerly. Winters comes on for him around the blue line. Winters pressured away. Winters passes in front, deflected it, almost wound up being a good deflection, as Lasfragata, the correction Cesarone, had the right idea. Miller plays it off the board, 33 seconds to play. Miller retreating, and now pass up high. Butler winds and fires, deflected, and it almost worked out well again on the deflection. Hoffman on the hop, it's wide. Now taken away by the Beer Wolves. They clear the immediate danger zone. Las Vergata plays it with one hand on his stick around the midline. Las Vergata tied up, almost lost control. Now brings it in cleanly. Shot deflected, saved by Hauser. And the final seconds will take off in this first period. With 10 minutes of play, it's the Moore Dudes 2 and the Beer Wolves nothing. It was a rank 20 more to come in the nightcap on Friday. Final few seconds to take off to end this first intermission. 10 more minutes to be added to the clock for the second period. It's 2-0 Moore Dudes over the first 10. Now we'll see if the Beer Wolves can get on the board in the second set. Off the tie-up, it is Stranix around the midline. Stranix, but the Thomas Taylor side, gives to Las Vergata, but lost control. Now the Moore Dudes take over deep in their offensive zone. Shot and saved. That one came from Daniel Rivera. Beer will ball the other way is their first chance on the defensive end. Comes out unscathed. Shot saved by Hauser. Second chance and denied. Hauser is loose in the crease and then between his legs makes a save. Cicerone had a good look in front but was turned away. And now Murph Butler up the other end for the Moore Dudes. Butler to Mutz. Mutz out wide. Now Mutz on the return feed. Shot saved by Fedor. And Mann picks up the ground ball. Mann cutting in toward the net. Now taking it away himself. 4 Moore Dudes in the area, and Mann behind the back look, it's wide. Down played off the boards by Tommy Mikulski. And that winds up in the stick of Billy Hauser. So Hauser dishes to his teammate Murph Butler, and the Moore Dudes are off and running the other way. Wayward pass toward Hoffman. It'll wind up back in the stick of Evan Scott. Shot clock halfway through. Scott on the pass. Centering feed. Scott shot, they score. 3-0 Moore Dudes has Scott on the feed from Hoffman, and it's 3-0. Cicerone around the blue line. Cicerone with a pass that's wide and intercepted by Butler. Here comes Butler the other way, pushed down, and a hand goes up. It's a delayed call against the Beer Wolves. as a diving shot from Butler went off the iron. Looks like last Brigada will be called for the penalty. So 2-minute penalty goes against Chris Last Brigada for a check from behind. It will result in a penalty shot from Murph Butler. Butler cutting in on Fedor, saved by Fedor. So Butler denied on the penalty shot and a big-time save from Toby Fedor, denying Butler of his second goal today. It will stay a 3-0 score. With the clock running and a man advantage forthcoming. Or maybe not, it'll stay 5-on-5 full strength because of the penalty shot. So the Last Brigada is waived. Last Brigada penalty is waived off. It would have been against him though for the push. Last Brigada going after Miller up against the far board. The Beer Wolves take it away. Jason Jones charging down to the blue line. Jones lost the ball, tried to body Hoffman. And now Jones stumbling down, hits the boards. And picked up by the Morbies. Jones is up to his feet. Miller shoved after the play, and now in front Fedor knocks the ball out. The goalpost is well off its hinges, and now the Beer Wolves bring it back the other way. Beer Wolves ball around the blue line. Man takes the shot, saved by Hauser, and loose in the crease. Hauser was frozen. He was down awkwardly on his knees, couldn't kick his leg out to make the full save, but his teammates help him out, and Evan Scott takes it away for the Morbies. Scott cutting in, behind the back, chance turned away. Hoffman placed on a hop. Hoffman gives for Butler. Butler back to Hoffman, saved by Fedor. And they'll wind up rolling around the boards in front of me, and they'll go all the way into the corner by the scorer's table. Sam Mutz is back on it. Mutz to the blue line. Up the floor, Hoffman a shot, and it just sizzles high at the top iron. Mikulski by his man. Mikulski all alone, and the shot was saved by Hauser. A little over halfway through regulation time. It is a 3-0 game in favor of the Beer Wolves. Butler dishes for Hoffman. Hoffman a shot, and they score. Dalton Hoffman gets on the board, and it's now 4-0 Morbies with 4:20 to play in the second. Four to play in the second period. Off the face-off, it's Miller. Miller through the circles. Miller cutting in behind the back look is just high at the crossbar. Man plays the ball off the boards, and timeout called by the Beer Wolves. 4-0 Morbies lead. The clock will stop at 3:40 to go in the second. We're back underway in the second period, running clock, 3:35 to play in the second. What the heck was that? The head of a stick just went flying, and I can't say I've ever seen that before. A Beerwolf shot, and the Mordudes take one of their own, the rebound played by Rotkowitz. But the head of a stick just went sailing out of play, and they score as Hoffman, driving in, makes it 5-0 Mordudes. And Hoffman now is back-to-back in the second frame. .240 to play in the second. It is a corrected score of 6-0 in favor of the Mordudes. It's Miller to Hoffman. Hoffman a shot saved. Third time's a charm for Miller, and it's another save by Fedor. A great sequence for the Beerwolf goaltender, who makes 3 in a row. Oh, and now the score corrected back to 5-0. So 2:15 to play in the second. 5-0 the score in favor of the Mordudes. The Beerwolves yet to get on the board. It's now been almost 18 minutes. Mackey, shot, save, Hauser. And Hauser shuffles it forward to Miller. Miller on a hop. Hakana Telesoy, all by his lonesome. He scored. No, waved off. Crease violation against the Telesoy. It did find the back of the net, but it's a violation against the Mordudes that will cost them the goal. Last Brigada around the midline. Last Brigada takes it in the main circle. Moving around now for the Beerwolves, plays Cicerone. And Cicerone in front of the Beerwolf bench. Evades the open door. Now goes to Mackey. Mackey tied up. Underhand shot gets pushed wide. And Stranik's pass deflected by Atilasoy. Loose in front and ushered wide. Mackey underhand chance and turned away. Shot clock violation on the Beerwolves. And more exceptional defense played by the Mordudes. 45 seconds to play in the second. Hoffman in the main circle. Hoffman to Miller. Miller, shot, Atilasoy, save, rebound, diving save, Fedor. May have been helped a bit by the post, but a sprawling effort. And now Butler knocked the Beerwolf down. That's Jason Jones. A shot whipped on goal. That one was saved. Sam Mutz took the shot. So the final seconds tick down. So in the dying seconds of the second period, Murph Butler is called for the double penalty. 2-minute minor for cross-check, 2-minute minor for unsportsmanlike. They both stack, and it'll be a 4-minute long 5-on-4 for the Beerwolves, correction. And they will need to capitalize early and potentially often during those 4 minutes, down 5-0 to the first 20 minutes of play. through 20 minutes of play at Rizzo Rink. It's a 5-0 lead for the Moore Dudes. There'll be a man down for the next 4 minutes as Murph Butler is called for a double penalty. And with these shortened periods tonight, that 4 minutes taking up almost half of this third period, assuming it is not killed. Here is Las Brigada, a shot, that one saved. And Las Brigada plays it off the foot pad of Hauser and dishes for Winters. This is the first man down Hauser has had to face today, and Winters pushed that one wide. Winters again in the main circle. Out wide, shot, Stranix, and denied. Miller puts the blockers on. Now from the top, shot again wide of Hauser. Second chance, sliding save, attempted a save, but a goal scored by Mann. And a 21-minute long shutout streak by Hauser comes to an end, but an exceptional night, even all the same. So Connor Mann gets the Beer Wolves on the board with 9:06 to play in the third period. 5-1 the score. Still 2.5 minutes of man up for the Beer Wolves. They can cut into the lead further. If they can score 2 more, that would be a massive momentum shift for the team in green and orange. Winters on the pass from Mann. Las Brigada battling with Noah France. And Hauser's on the ground ball. Hauser pump fakes the pass and fired it off a Beer Wolf helmet. It'll wind up all the way back down past Fedor. And Mikulski will play it around the midline. Mikulski, man, a shot eaten up by Hauser. Halfway through that 4-minute penalty, ball is launched all the way down. Miller plays it, a shot turned away by Fedor. And Miller denied on a man down look. Mikulski around the midline. Gives for Winters. Winters around the blue line. Winters a shot, sent wide. Rebound off the boards, played by the Moore Dudes. Attila Soy thought about a pass, but thought better of it. There's a lot of traffic in front of Evan Scott. Attila Soy trying to get by his man, but not to do so. That's Tommy Mikulski trying to get around. Attila Soy between the blue line and the midline. Attila Soy still hanging around that circle with 7 minutes to play in the third. Shot from Scott, deflected and sent wide, and it will go into the Moore Dude bench out of play. Correction, the Beer Wolf bench out of play. Final minute of that man up for the Beer Wolves, and they'll need to score again during this minute if they are to stay alive in it. Man shot, saved by Hauser. He continues his excellent night, only conceding the 1 goal to Mann just a few minutes ago, and the man down. Mann wanting a chance at it, instead Winters takes the pass and fired one just wide. They say it hit the ceiling out of play. It certainly came close, it got the height, and back the other way come the Moore Dudes. Miller, Hoffman takes it. Hoffman, Scott by the blue cross sign. Evan Scott between the circles, a sliding save by Fedor. Mackey coming across the midline. Mackey gives to Winters in the main circle. Winters sends his next pass to Cesarone. Cesarone a shot. Chest pad saved by Hauser. We're back to 5-on-5 full strength. That came a few seconds ago. Hauser threw a pass a little bit offline, looking for Scott. Instead, Mackey takes it away. Mackey dishes intercepted by Butler, pardon me. Butler lost one the length of the floor. Played by Toby Fedor. Fedor finds Santo. And Santo to Mackey. Mackey to the side, shot, one hop base score. And it's the first full strength goal allowed today by Billy Hauser. It's now 5-2 Goal is scored by number 14, Blaze Cicerone of the Beer Wolves. So back-to-back by the Beer Wolves during this period. A little over halfway through the frame, they've cut the lead down to 3 from a 5-0 deficit. Miller off the draw, whistled one wide of Fedor. Rebound almost played by Mutz, and instead it's by another set of players, one from each team. Kept in for the More Dudes by Ben Minardi. Minardi driving in, he scores! Ben Minardi, what a move, and an answer for the More Dudes, who retake a 4-goal lead. Minardi gets the Beer Wolves their first goal of this third period. Tolosoy off the draw. First look goes to Butler. And back for Tolosoy, and save made by Fedor. Ball almost snuck by him. Miller and Jason Jones just some words for each other now in the dying minutes. Man behind the net. Man trying to get a centering feed, but could not. Great defense played as Cicerone was the hopeful target. Santo Domingo going into the corner. Man on a behind-the-back pass for Santo. Wide of him. Santo checked up against the boards. And Santo with the shot clock to 1 and now expiring. It's a 30-second violation against the Beer Wolves. Here's Rotkowitz. Rotkowitz a shot. They score. Tyler Rotkowitz from the circle. It's now 7-2 More Dudes. Timeout, Beer Wolves. Clock stops at 2:49. We have a 5-goal lead for the More Dudes with 2:49 on the clock in regulation time. And all that's left is for them to hold on. .248 to play on the ensuing faceoff from the goal by Tyler Rakowski, which made it a 5-goal game yet again. 7-2 to score. Miller took the shot and took another shot from Las Brigada, a cross-check after the play, and now another one. Miller with some more words for Las Brigada. Man back the other way, took a shot that's wide. Miller takes it around the midline. Las Brigada driving on him. Behind the back try by Butler, and it's wide. And the More Dudes have it. Hoffman still talking Las Brigada, and Butler, and there's a shot from Hoffman, they score. 8-2 lead for the More Dudes, and Hoffman with a hat trick. The first player tonight with a hat trick in either game. Off the face-off, Miller takes it. Miller goes to Ben Minardi. Minardi pickpocketed, thought he still had it, and said the Beer Wolves take it away. And a chance for them to make the scoreboard look a little bit more appealing here with a minute 20 to play. As Cicerone. Pass that winds up in the stick of Winters. Winters back to Cicerone. They score! A great sequence by the Beerwolves. And Cicerone makes it 8-3 as he scored back-to-back. So 3 goals in the period to end the shutout for the Beerwolves. The only issue is for them, they conceded 3 as well over the first 9 minutes and now 15 seconds of this third. 45 seconds left. The Moore Dudes will cruise to victory in the game. Miller off the draw will slow the pace in a timeout called by the Moore Dudes. Clock's still running. Under 30 seconds to play. And the clock now stops at 27.2 seconds. 8-3 the score with 27.2. The Moore Dudes will win tonight. The only question is, what will the final score be? So the clock will read 50 seconds to play in this third period. We have an 8-3 lead for the Moore Dudes. Murph, Butler, the first man to touch it. Butler in, now Sam Mutz. Back for Butler. Butler to Rotkowitz. Rockowitz to Hoffman, out to Sam Mutz yet again. Mutz to Scott. Hauser's pulled, so it's 6-on-5 right now for the Moore Dudes. Butler again at the top, tries it again. The shot wound up hitting the goalie, so we have a fresh 30 seconds. It was reset in enough time where the shot and game clocks are about synced. Attila Soy around the blue line. Attila Soy. Rotkowitz, Mutz, thought about his shot, thought better of it. Game clock to 3-2. Attila Soy at the horn, fired it wide, and that will do it. So 8-3 will be the final score. The Moore Dudes take home the victory. And a great job today by Billy Hauser. 2 shutout periods. Only concedes 2 full-strength goals in the game. Allowed 1 by man on the man up. That was 21 minutes into the game. So 8-3 the final score. The Moore Dudes win as they follow up a Thunder victory earlier on today. Thank you for watching this Friday night doubleheader. See you next week.